Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Invincible Iron Man, issue number 2. Ooh, dudes, oh my god. Basically, what happens here is that Riri just goes full buck wild and just starts kicking some serious butt. Now, at first, she's getting beaten up by Luchia von Bardas, all right? She's getting her butt handed to her, and Tony Stark AI is talking. They're talking about, if she gets her power is force field generation. If she gets a force field inside of your armor, she can break your armor. Then she can do the exact same thing inside of your rib cage. So she's got to play keep away. While she's playing keep away, she's hooked herself up to a bunch of the Doctor Doom Doombots, right? The old school Doombots. Now, these Doombots are coming after her, and it's funny, she makes these new things called repulsor grenades, and she runs out of them fairly quickly. So, okay, consider that next time. Pack more repulsor grenades. Unfortunately, she's going to try and do that original technique that she did way back in, what was that, issue number 1 or 2 of Invincible Iron Man, where she basically tried to overrun the program. She kept them busy and sent them a virus. Tony Stark AI keeps saying, it's not going to work. Listen to me. It's not going to work because she's controlling them. She's like, oh, hey, but she's also taking a hit. Okay, so I've got an idea here. So, yeah, she basically turns them around. She's able to get enough of them off of her so that she can move forward. She gets attacked and she opens up with a very wide unibeam attack, and then she falls down. She plays dummy. She plays possum, and she falls down to the ground. Luchia von Bardas goes up to actually rip off the armor, talking about, wow, we can get a lot of money for this. And when she goes just a little bit too close, repulsor blast right to the face, like full power. She's laying there just barely able to move. Talking about Luchia at this point. She also said, get some cameras on this because we're going to propagate this big time, like serious propaganda. But unfortunately, the propaganda they get is Riri Williams kicking serious butt. She goes walking forward. She's just laying waste to people, walks right up to Luchia, and she's like, you've invaded my country. How dare you? Man, now I honestly thought that this was going to be a chance for Marvel to have Riri say, okay, but you attacked us first. So I'm just responding, and I get the idea of international policy, but I've got two things to respond to that. One, Luchia did attack first, and S.H.I.E.L.D. recognized that earlier in this comic, and you could just flip back 2 comics ago and see. That was already referenced. Luchia attacked first. This is simply a response. And this is not an international incident because it's only involving one person. And let's be realistic, invading Latvian sovereign lands. Sovereign by who? Who's actually in charge of Latveria? All right? There is no one in charge of Latveria. Everyone's claiming ownership. So Luchia can't sit here and say, okay, it's mine. By whose right? It's like, and if that's the case, then here's the second part. Here's what Riri actually does. She says, yeah, well, guess what? I just took it from you. All hail the queen. And that was such an awesome mic drop moment. I actually wanted to run on stage, run into the panel, give her a microphone just so she could hold it up and drop it because that was awesome. She just totally put this Luchia von Bardas chick in her place. Just wow. Also, I didn't see a whole lot of people getting infuriated when Peter Parker invaded Symkaria when that actually was ruled by a single person on the books. That's Silver Sable's sister, and Harry Osborn was there too, but whatever. He's not actually in charge. He's in charge by proxy. So yeah, that was actually an international thing where S.H.I.E.L.D. actually was like, okay, dude, you just led an entire corporation to go up against like an international, but also American-based corporation to go after this country. So yeah, we're not going to attack you, but we're done. We're done. This conversation is over. So, and here's just one person doing this. So you know what? I already see the haters, the extreme haters going, Riri, she just invaded a country. Whose country was it exactly? So yeah. Anyway, guys, plus she seems to have the backing of Dr. Doom, who technically has the most rights, even though he gave it up. Gave it up to whom? So yeah, I'm giving this comic an A. This was a really fun comic. We got to see a whole bunch of back and forth going on. We got to see a lot of battle. We got to see a lot of thinking, a whole lot of interaction between the AI Tony Stark and Riri. And on top of that, we got to see a good little bit of interaction, understanding a little bit more as what's going on here between AI Tony Stark and Friday. And then when he leaves, MJ, Mary Jane Watson, comes in and has a conversation with Friday about this, and just wow, there's a lot in this comic book. It looks like it's just a bunch of beat 'em up, but you really take a look at what's happening in here, we're finding out a lot of what's going on. Anyway, guys, that's it from me, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.